Hello guys, this is Dr. Palaniappan Manikam. I'm going to make a quick video on the vaccination program in India. Indian government has approved both Covaxin and Covishield as a part of the vaccination program. In this video, we're going to see how that is different from the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines approved here in US, what is the efficacy rate, and how are they going to roll out their vaccination program. Let's dive deep into it. So before understanding Covaxin and Covishield vaccines, we need to know how mRNA vaccines like Pfizer and Moderna, how that works. So we have discussed how mRNA vaccines work in the past. If you want to have a detailed explanation, please look into the video in the link given here. So I've seen all the YouTubers saying that the link will be put over here. I still have to figure out how to do that. If it is not, at least I know how to put in the description link, so check that out. So if this sounds too good, why can't we give this to the entire world, right? So there are three problems with this. Number one, these mRNA vaccines have to be stored at a very colder temperatures. Pfizer has to be stored at minus 70 degrees Celsius. This is colder than Antarctica. Now, Antarctica la map la dhaan paathirken. It is colder than Antarctica, and for Moderna it has to be stored at a regular freezer temperature, so we cannot like transport in multiple quantities to different parts of the world. Number two is it is expensive. I'm pretty sure China is going to make an equivalent mRNA vaccine and put a label says very cheap and made in China. And the third main problem is long-term side effects. Even though I keep on saying there are no side effects, nobody really knows what was the real long-term side effects because we don't have data, because it is a relatively new technology. I completely understand the point. But just remember that we are not giving any part of the virus at all. We are just giving the genetic material to code for the spike protein into the body, so the likelihood of having any long-term side effects is like extremely low. So what are the vaccines available in India? So Indian government have approved two vaccines. One is the AstraZeneca vaccine developed by Oxford University in UK and is being produced by Serum Institute of India, and the name is Covishield. The second vaccine is called Covaxin, and that is developed and made in India by a company called Bharat Biotech, which has been producing vaccines forever. Every Indian patient would have gotten some kind of vaccines from Bharat Biotech throughout their childhood. So like hepatitis B, polio and rabies vaccines, they are the ones who develop that. So Bharat Biotech is the WHO qualified polio vaccination supplier in India. Edo ganja supply ma solitrukken. But they've been doing this for a long time, and everybody would have seen people putting polio drops to newborn babies. அபூர்வ சகோதரர்களை ஸ்ரீவித்யாவை ஃபோர்ஸ் பண்ணி ஊற்றுவாங்கல்ல, அது கிடையாது, இது வேற. So what Indian government has said that we're going to officially vaccinate with Serum Institute of India developed AstraZeneca vaccine, which is called Covishield in India first. And in the worst case scenario, if the numbers are so high that they run out of the vaccines, then they will use Covaxin developed by Bharat Biotech, because the phase 3 trials for Bharat Biotech has not been completed yet. They just started in mid-November 2020. They just want to make sure that the side effects are not that much associated with Covaxin. So let's see the similarities and differences between these two vaccines, right? So the Covishield was developed by Oxford University, distributed through Serum Institute of India, and Covaxin is being developed by Bharat Biotech, made in India. So the similarity is both these kind of vaccines use some kind of virus technology. You remember I told you that in mRNA vaccines there is no virus at all, but in these two vaccines the mechanism of action involves some kind of technology associated with an actual virus. So let's see how AstraZeneca Covishield vaccine actually works. கொஞ்சம் பொறுத்துக்கங்க, சீக்கிரம் முடிச்சிடுறேன். So as I said before, it also involves a virus technology. So they use adenovirus. Adenovirus is like a dead rubber virus. So they take this adenovirus and then inactivate it so that it becomes a dead rubber. அது இருந்தாலும் ஒன்று தான், இல்லாட்டியும் ஒன்று தான். இப்போ எங்கள் வீட்டில் என்னை எப்படி ட்ரீட் பண்ணுறாங்களோ அதே மாதிரி தான். What these guys have done is they take the adenovirus, inactivate it and genetically modify it in such a way that if we give this adenovirus into a patient's body, the patient's body will produce spike protein similar to coronavirus spike protein. Then the body will recognize, oh, this is a spike protein of coronavirus. Let's produce antibodies against this spike protein. So that when an actual virus comes into the body, we have enough antibodies to fight it off. So this is the logical explanation. So the most important thing is, where are they taking this adenovirus from? They are taking it from a stool specimen of a lab monitored chimpanzee. And once they take this adenovirus from the stool, they inactivate it, they genetically modify it, they give it to the body so that the body produces spike protein, which in turn produces antibodies against the spike protein. Just imagine the situation of the person who is collecting the stool specimen from chimpanzee. சிம்பான்சியை பார்த்துட்டு நம்ம எந்த வம்பு தும்புக்கும் போகிறதில்ல, நான் உண்டு, நான் என் வேலை உண்டுன்னு இருக்கேன் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு டப்புக்குன்னு எடுத்து வந்துருவோம். So this technology is not something new. We have used the same technology in malaria and Ebola in the past as well. Ebola, it didn't spread that much, so we did not require a vaccine, but this technology has been used in the past. The biggest advantage of this technology and this vaccine is twofold. Number one, it is extremely cheap and can be easily transported. And the second, it is 70% effective with 2 doses. Now let's come to Covaxin, which is being produced by Bharat Biotech, which is an Indian company. And this is being approved by the Indian government even before the phase 3 trials are out. So there are some political issues surrounding this decision that it might be rushed even before the phase 3 trial. Personally, I don't think it's a big deal because Bharat Biotech has been using this vaccine technology for a long time and I don't anticipate any kind of big side effects. But they could have waited like 2 more weeks so that we can calm down all this ambiguity. Remember, our community is the only community who claps for doctors and also beat them up at the same time. One of my friend in Coimbatore got beaten up and his ear got bitten and the patient said, "Happy New Year." So how does Bharat Biotech's Covaxin actually works? This is a pure virus-based technology. So they take an actual piece of the virus, they inactivate it and almost kills it. They dampen the effect of the virus and puts into the body. And as soon as it is within our system, our body thinks that, oh, there is a big coronavirus sitting, so we need to generate all the antibodies. So we generate a lot of antibodies and fight against this tiny, teeny virus so that we are safe from this virus infection at that time. Then, because all these antibodies are just lying around, we are in a better position to fight off any new infection down the road. So all these antibodies are just in dormant phase, and once this little virus strain comes inside the body, it wakes up. தலைவர் சொல்ற மாதிரி, அசோக் நீ தூங்கிக்கிட்டு இருக்க சிங்கத்தை தட்டி எழுப்பிட்டு அந்த மாதிரி தான். Biggest advantage of both these vaccines is both are tried and tested technology, especially Bharat Biotech's Covaxin. We have used it multiple vaccinations before: polio, hepatitis B, rabies, you name it. And we have had multiple good long-term data without any significant side effects at all. So if you give me an option, I think I'll choose our Indian product Bharat Biotech because we have been exposed to this in the past. It is similar to Mani Ratna movies. Most of the time it is good. All you need to do is to increase the brightness of the screen. As of now, they're going to give vaccination to 300 million people who are involved in healthcare first. And the vaccine is going to be AstraZeneca Covishield. And only in the worst case scenario, if the volume is not that much or if the case volume has gone significantly high, then they will go to Bharat Biotech's Covaxin. Until the phase 3 results are completely out. I'm very optimistic about the situation in India. I know people who are residing outside India are very concerned about their friends, relatives and family members back home because they are not able to travel due to COVID-19 restrictions. All you have to do is to request them to be at home until they get the vaccine. This is going to be amazing. One of my friends was asking me, Dr. Pal, I will subscribe to your YouTube channel. Can you send me 1 or 2 vaccines on the side? ஏண்டா என்னைய பார்த்தா ரயில்வே ஸ்டேஷன் கீழே கஞ்சா விற்கிற மாதிரி இருக்கு 310 The biggest advantage India has over all the other countries is that we have done this mass vaccination programs multiple times in the past. We have a protocol. I'm pretty sure that it's going to be in a very good way to a point that other countries will be amazed by the way that we are doing. If you have listened through the entire video and if you're still awake, you get a free COVID-19 vaccine. Stay safe. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.